Have you ever gone to bed, tired, but your mind just won't rest? The lights are off, the room is silent, but inside your head, thoughts keep spinning, unfinished conversations, tomorrow's worries, regrets you didn't ask for. You lie still, hoping sleep will come, but peace feels so far away. Most of us try to force calm by silencing our thoughts, but what if that's not the answer? What if you don't need fewer thoughts, but better ones? Your mind doesn't stop when you sleep. It keeps working, sorting through the noise, holding on to what feels important, and letting go of what doesn't. But if you don't guide it, it clings to anxiety, frustration, fear. That's where Stoic wisdom becomes a powerful anchor. Not a bedtime story, but a mental framework forged by ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Men who faced war, loss, and pain, yet stayed centered. They didn't escape life's storms, they learned to stand still inside them. For the next 30 minutes, let's embark on a journey through Stoic teachings, not to force silence, but to invite stillness. These lessons won't just help you fall asleep, they'll help you wake up lighter, stronger, clearer. Because when the last thoughts of your day are grounded in wisdom, the next day begins with strength. Let's begin this night, let your mind rest, and let the Stoic voice guide you home. Have you ever felt the sting of being overlooked by someone you care about? It hurts when your presence feels invisible, your efforts unnoticed. But what if you could shift that dynamic? The first Stoic rule is to keep parts of yourself private, creating an air of mystery. As Seneca said, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Don't lay all your cards on the table. Be present, but reveal your story slowly, like chapters in a novel. Think of Cleopatra. She wasn't just beautiful, her enigmatic nature drew people in, sparking curiosity. By holding back, you become a puzzle others are eager to solve, making your presence magnetic. The second rule is to create a subtle fear in others of losing you. People often take for granted what comes too easily. Show yourself reliant, with a full, vibrant life. Imagine Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in Apple's early days. Wozniak's engineering genius was irreplaceable, and Jobs knew it, valuing his unique contribution. You, too, can be that unique spark. Live with purpose, stand strong alone, and others will see your presence as a privilege, not a given. Your independence makes you unforgettable. Rule 3. Create your own happiness. True joy doesn't depend on others, it starts within. Seneca taught that happiness lies in enjoying the present without anxiety for the future. Think of Theodore Roosevelt, who, despite losing his wife and mother on the same day, found purpose in action, boxing, public service, living energetically. When you radiate contentment, others are drawn to your light. You're not waiting for someone to complete you. You're already whole, and that's magnetic. Visual prompt. The fourth rule. Make yourself valuable and invite others to invest in you. Like a rare gem, your worth grows when others see the effort it takes to know you. Seneca said a gemstone must be polished to shine. Alexander the Great valued Aristotle's wisdom, dedicating time to learn from him. By being someone worth investing in, through your actions, kindness, and growth, you transform from an option to an essential part of someone's life. Rule 5. Don't let your life orbit around one person. You're a star, shining with your own light. Marcus Aurelius said, if you are at peace with yourself, you are in harmony with the universe. Think of Isaac Newton, whose vibrant life of science, friendships, and passions made him magnetic. Live for your dreams, not someone else's. This independence makes relationships richer, not reliant, and keeps you captivating. The sixth rule. Always prioritize your needs. Your emotional well-being is non-negotiable. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, what disturbs you is not the thing itself, but your judgment of it. Lucius Quintius Cincinnatus, a Roman leader, chose his values over power, returning to his farm when disrespected. Stand firm in your worth, and others will respect you more. Never settle for less than you deserve. Rule 7. Don't make yourself constantly available. Your time is precious, like a rare treasure. Seneca said we suffer from what we imagine, not what happens. Ada Lovelace, a pioneer in computing, captivated others by focusing on her passions, not always being at others' beck and call. By valuing your time, you create curiosity and respect. People cherish the moments they get with you. The sixth rule. Always prioritize your needs. Your emotional well-being is non-negotiable. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, what disturbs you is not the thing itself, but your judgment of it. Lucius Quintius Cincinnatus, a Roman leader, chose his values over power, returning to his farm when disrespected. Stand firm in your worth, and others will respect you more. Never settle for less than you deserve. Rule 8. Don't always be the one to start conversations. Balance shows your life is full and meaningful. Marcus Aurelius advised not mimicking unhealthy patterns. Step back, let others reach out, and see who values you. This isn't about games, it's about mutual respect. Your dignity ensures you're seen as someone worth pursuing, not chasing. Rule 9. Don't let emotions take full control. Seneca's advice to wait before reacting to anger applies here. Emotional balance keeps you grounded. Imagine a storm. Feel the rain, but don't let it sweep you away. By staying composed, you maintain respect and clarity, making your presence steady and powerful. The 10th rule. Be willing to walk away from relationships that don't honor you. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have control over your mind, not external circumstances." Leaving isn't weakness, it's self-respect. By setting boundaries, you show your worth. Sometimes, walking away wakes others up to value you. You deserve connections built on mutual respect. Now, let's explore Stoic principles to master your mind. The first is pursuing inner peace, independent of external chaos. The Stoics believed true happiness comes from within, not from wealth or status. By accepting life's impermanence, like a river flowing past stones, you find tranquility. Embrace challenges as growth, not burdens, and let virtues like wisdom and courage guide you. The second principle. Accept what you can't control. Epictetus taught that we can't change others' actions or the past, but we can control our responses. Imagine rain ruining your plans, don't fight it, adapt. Focus on your thoughts and actions, and let go of unrealistic expectations. This clarity frees you from frustration and brings calm. The third principle. Live virtuously. The Stoics prized wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom guides decisions, courage faces fear, justice ensures fairness, and temperance balances desires. Like a tree growing strong through storms, practicing these virtues daily builds a meaningful life. Happiness comes from living rightly, not chasing fleeting pleasures. These 10 rules and Stoic principles are your roadmap to becoming unforgettable, not through seeking attention, but by mastering your mind and living with purpose. Marcus Aurelius said, "True power resides within your mind." You have the strength to choose your path, to walk away from what doesn't serve you, and to build relationships rooted in respect. Thank you for joining this journey. If this resonated, hit like, subscribe, and share how you'll apply these teachings in the comments. Let's grow together in wisdom and courage. Until next time, live with intention. Have you ever lain awake at night, exhausted, but your mind refuses to rest? The room is dark, the world is quiet, but inside your head, it's chaos, swirling thoughts of yesterday's mistakes, tomorrow's worries, and a life that feels like it's slipping through your fingers. What if peace isn't about silencing those thoughts, but guiding them with wisdom? Tonight, we embark on a 30-minute journey through Stoic philosophy, not to escape life's storms, but to find calm within them. Let's begin. Your mind is always working, even in sleep, sifting through the day's noise, holding on to what matters, and letting go of what doesn't. But without guidance, it clings to anxiety and fear. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus faced wars, loss, and uncertainty, yet found serenity by mastering their thoughts. Their wisdom isn't just ancient history, it's a practical guide for today's chaotic world. For the next half hour, we'll explore 10 Stoic lessons, woven into a story of transformation, to help you find peace, purpose, and resilience. Let's meet Elena, a woman lost in life's whirlwind, seeking calm. Elena's days were heavy with frustration, noisy coworkers, endless tasks, and a nagging sense of lack. One evening, she stumbled upon a Stoic teaching: gratitude is a superpower that lightens the heart. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Instead of mourning her missing morning coffee, Elena began noting 3 things she was thankful for daily: a warm meal, a friend's laughter, a quiet sunset. This simple act rewired her perspective, turning chaos into opportunity. Gratitude doesn't erase problems, it reframes them as chances to find joy. Elena believed she could control everything and still stay calm, a myth, like holding water in her hands. Stoicism taught her that peace comes from simple habits: nourishing food, movement, and rest. She swapped late-night scrolling for early walks and replaced fast food with whole meals. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind is dyed by the thoughts you feed it." By fueling her body with care, fruits, vegetables, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, Elena built an invisible armor of resilience, ready for life's storms. Elena's life was a cluttered closet, piles of commitments, draining relationships, and a schedule suffocating her spirit. Stoicism taught her to focus on what she could control. She asked, "What brings me joy?" and cut out joyless obligations, like social events she attended out of habit. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By setting boundaries and prioritizing family time, Elena created space for peace, proving simplicity is refined living. One day, Elena helped a struggling neighbor, expecting thanks that never came. She felt cheated, until Stoicism shifted her view. True virtue, Marcus Aurelius taught, is acting rightly without expecting reward. Elena began giving freely, time, kindness, support, finding joy in the act itself. Like a fisherman casting nets without expecting fish, she discovered peace and selflessness. By detaching from expectations, she unraveled the knot of anxiety, living for her values, not applause. Elena's mind was trapped, regretting yesterday, fearing tomorrow. Stoicism offered an escape. Live in the now. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Elena practiced mindfulness, savoring simple moments, like the warmth of a teacup or a friend's voice. By focusing on the present, she stopped missing life's beauty. The past was an old friend she outgrew. The future, a promise yet to arrive. The present was her peace. Elena carried a heavy stone, a grudge from a lost friendship. Stoicism taught her to release what she couldn't control. Epictetus advised, "There is only one way to happiness. Cease worrying about things beyond your power." She acknowledged her pain, then set it down, like a driver moving past a thrown rock. By focusing on self-care, walks, books, quiet evenings, she cleared mental space for joy, finding peace in letting go. In a world glorifying busyness, Elena was drowning in stress. Stoicism showed her that a few quiet minutes daily could anchor her calm. Seneca said, "The mind must be given relaxation, it will rise stronger." Elena began meditating for 5 minutes each morning, breathing deeply in a quiet corner. This pause was her mute button, silencing mental noise. Even traffic jams couldn't shake her newfound serenity. Relaxation wasn't a luxury, it was her gateway to peace. Elena often judged others harshly, wasting energy on criticism. Stoicism urged her to focus on what she could control, her own actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not others' deeds." Instead of critiquing a rude coworker, she worked on her patience, learning a new skill in her free time. By choosing self-acceptance over judgment, she found flexibility and peace, turning a battlefield of criticism into a garden of growth. Elena's peace felt elusive until she addressed her foundations: a safe home, nourishing food, and supportive relationships. Stoicism taught that tranquility requires order. She found a modest apartment, cooked simple meals, and distanced herself from toxic friends. Epictetus said, "First secure the foundation, then build." With stability, Elena's mind cleared, ready for deeper calm. Peace wasn't a wish, it was built on practical essentials. Elena chased perfection, tormented by flaws. Stoicism revealed that perfection is a myth. Seneca said, "We suffer more from what we imagine than what is." She embraced her quirks as part of her unique canvas, laughing at mistakes instead of hiding them. By focusing on her journey, not an unattainable ideal, she found joy in being herself. Imperfection wasn't failure, it was freedom. One evening, Elena sat by a river, reflecting on her journey. She recalled a tale from a wise elder. A tree grieved for birds that left its branches, until the wind whispered, "Grow strong. Those who value you will return." Like the tree, Elena grew, grateful, balanced, simple, selfless, present, and free. Her peace wasn't in others' approval but in her own resilience. Stoicism had transformed her chaos into clarity. Elena's story mirrors our own. In a world of noise, endless demands, social pressures, self-doubt, Stoicism offers a compass. Start small. Write 3 things you're grateful for tonight. Take a walk, eat a nourishing meal, say no to what drains you. Pause to breathe when stress mounts. Let go of grudges, embrace your flaws, and focus on what you control. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." These choices build your inner fortress. Stoicism isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong practice. Each day, Elena chose to show up, reflecting on her actions, aligning with her values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By nurturing gratitude, simplicity, and self-compassion, you dye your soul with peace. Challenges won't vanish, but your resilience will grow, making you unshakable in any storm. Elena's journey shows us that peace isn't a destination, it's a daily choice. These 10 Stoic lessons, gratitude, balance, simplicity, selflessness, presence, letting go, relaxation, non-judgment, meeting needs, and accepting imperfections, build a life of purpose. As Gandhi said, true peace comes from what we give freely. If this resonated, comment, live and let live to join our Stoic community. Like, subscribe, and share your story below. Until next time, live wisely. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today, we're embarking on a journey through the heart of Stoic wisdom. A path to finding peace, strength, and balance in a world that often feels chaotic. Imagine standing at the edge of a quiet forest, the wind whispering lessons from ancient philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. Their words remind us that true power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering ourselves. In this 30-minute story, we'll explore how to hold onto your self-worth when you feel ignored, how to give space in relationships, and how to turn moments of sadness into opportunities for growth. So, grab a cozy spot, maybe a warm drink, and let's dive into a tale of resilience and inner peace. Stick around until the end for some powerful words to lift your spirit. Let me tell you about Maya, a young woman who felt invisible. She'd pour her heart into friendships, always texting first, planning gatherings, hoping for a spark of appreciation. But one day, her closest friend, Liam, started pulling away. Messages went unanswered, plans were cancelled, and Maya felt a pang in her chest, like she wasn't enough. Sound familiar? We've all been there, haven't we? That moment when someone's silence feels like a judgment on your worth. Maya could have let it crush her, but instead, she stumbled upon a Stoic idea. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That's from Marcus Aurelius. It hit her like a lightning bolt. What if Liam's distance wasn't about her at all? What if her value didn't depend on his replies? Maya began practicing self-compassion, taking deep breaths when insecurity crept in, reminding herself, my worth isn't tied to anyone's approval. Seneca once said, your value isn't defined by what others think of you, it's defined by what you think of yourself. Maya started to see that her strength lay in choosing how to interpret the silence, not letting it define her. Let me tell you about Maya, a young woman who felt invisible. She'd pour her heart into friendships, always texting first, planning gatherings, hoping for a spark of appreciation. But one day, her closest friend, Liam, started pulling away. Messages went unanswered, plans were cancelled, and Maya felt a pang in her chest, like she wasn't enough. Sound familiar? We've all been there, haven't we? That moment when someone's silence feels like a judgment on your worth. Maya could have let it crush her, but instead, she stumbled upon a Stoic idea. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That's from Marcus Aurelius. It hit her like a lightning bolt. What if Liam's distance wasn't about her at all? What if her value didn't depend on his replies? Maya began practicing self-compassion, taking deep breaths when insecurity crept in, reminding herself, my worth isn't tied to anyone's approval. Seneca once said, your value isn't defined by what others think of you, it's defined by what you think of yourself. Maya started to see that her strength lay in choosing how to interpret the silence, not letting it define her. But let's be real, giving space didn't erase Maya's doubts completely. There were nights when she felt like a lost dog, waiting for someone to notice her. That creeping despair is so human, isn't it? When someone pulls away, it's easy to spiral into, what did I do wrong? Or, am I not enough? The Stoics warn us against this trap. They say despair comes from reacting impulsively to what we can't control. Maya learned to pause and ask, is Liam's distance really about me? Sometimes people are just caught in their own storms, work, family, their own inner battles. Instead of panicking, Maya took a step back, like standing before a fire and choosing not to throw fuel on it. She started focusing on herself, reading books that inspired her, taking quiet walks, rediscovering her own rhythm. The Stoics teach us that we can't control others, but we can control our response. By choosing calm over chaos, Maya protected her peace. As one Stoic saying goes, silence is not always forgetfulness. Sometimes it's the very answer you've been needing. One day, Maya felt ready to address the distance with Liam. She was tempted to blurt out, "Why are you ignoring me?" We've all felt that urge, right? But the Stoics taught her that impulsive outbursts rarely solve anything. Instead, she chose calm communication. She sent a simple message. "Hey, I've noticed we've been a bit distant lately. Is everything okay on your end?" No accusations, no demands, just an open door to dialogue. This is what Stoicism calls assertiveness with balance, expressing yourself with clarity and kindness. Liam responded, admitting he'd been overwhelmed with work and hadn't realized how distant he'd seemed. That small act of vulnerability bridged the gap. The Stoics remind us that true strength lies in controlling your reaction, not in winning arguments. As Maya learned, effective communication isn't about shouting matches, it's about understanding and being understood. You have power over your mind, Marcus Aurelius said, and Maya used that power to preserve her peace. As Maya's journey unfolded, she faced moments of sadness, not just from Liam's distance, but from life's inevitable lows. The Stoics see sadness as a teacher, not an enemy. Maya began journaling, asking herself, what do I truly want? What boundaries have I let others cross? This introspection was like holding a mirror to her soul. She realized that being surrounded by people all the time had disconnected her from her true self. The Stoics say, sadness is an invitation to reflect on what needs to change inside, not outside. Maya started small habits, meditating, writing down what brought her joy, like a quiet walk or a good book. These moments of gratitude became her anchor. As she wrote, I'm grateful for my struggles, because they've shown me my strength. One Stoic wisdom stuck with her. Difficulties often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary destinies. By embracing her sadness, Maya found resilience, proving that even the darkest nights end with a sunrise. Maya's story isn't just hers, it's ours. We all face moments when we feel ignored, when relationships shift, or when sadness clouds our path. But here's the truth, as solid as stone. Anyone who hasn't learned to enjoy their own company will never know if someone's presence is genuine. Maya learned to stop chasing approval, to let go of the need to be seen. She became like a river, flowing with ease, adapting without losing her direction. The Stoics teach us that true greatness lies in cultivating your inner serenity, not in external validation. Maya's journey showed her that life's storms, rejection, distance, sadness, are opportunities to grow. As she stood taller, she realized, I am enough just as I am. And so are you. Let go of the chase, embrace your authenticity, and watch how life flows effortlessly. As one Stoic saying goes, it's often the one who forgets to chase who ends up being pursued. As we close this story, let's carry Maya's lesson with us. Your worth is not something to be proven, it's something to be known. When someone pulls away, give them space. When sadness strikes, see it as a chance to grow. And when you feel ignored, turn inward and rediscover your strength. I invite you to reflect. What's one small habit you can start today to nurture your inner peace? Maybe it's journaling, a quiet walk, or simply breathing deeply. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your breakthroughs. If this story resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join our journey of growth. Check out our last 2 videos for more inspiring stories, and grab our ebook, Stoic Mindset, a guide to contemporary life, linked in the pinned comment. As Seneca said, write your sorrows in the sand, your joys in stone. Let's keep moving forward, my friends, with courage and serenity. I'll see you in the next story.